Now we are doing part E, my friends. We are going through part E. Let's go through part E, okay? Are you loving it? I know you're loving it. Good. Now let's go through part E. This is stuff. We can kill this, right? We can cook. Limit as x goes towards 1 of this square root of 10x minus 9 o minus 1 o over x minus 1. Now we kind of know what's going on. This is not even hard, right? These limits are not even hard. We are fantastic scientists and engineers. We can do this any day of the week. So if I put 1 here, I'm going to try. It's a fraction. So I try in my denominator because denominator is the catch. Denominator is the problem center. It can't be 0. So try in the denominator. Put 1 there. You do have 1 minus 1, which is 0. We can't have that, okay? We cannot have because it makes something undefined. How do we change this fraction now? Oh, the bottom was what? X minus 1. How do we change this fraction now, people? I look at it. What can I do? Can I factorize? No. What can I do? I can multiply by a conjugate because I can see that there is a root there. Okay. So what do I do? What is the conjugate here? You change this sign of the guy outside. It was a minus. Now you're going to make it a plus. So here we are going to say the root of 10x minus 9 plus 1 over root of 10x minus 9 plus 1. These two are multiplying the limit, the same thing as x goes towards 1 of the square root of 10x minus 9 minus 1 all over x minus 1. And we know what then happens. Okay, this is going to now be equal to the limit goes outside now. It is as x goes towards 1 of, this is the product rule we are using. If you multiply something by a limit, it goes inside. So here it's now the root of 10x minus 9 minus 1 over x minus 1 is now multiplying this thing which we came with, which is the root of 10x minus 9 plus 1 over the root of 10x minus 9 plus 1 again. Okay, now what happens at the top? Remember, when you multiply two fractions, the top multiplies, the bottom multiplies. So here we're getting a limit of that when we are done. So don't forget that the idea is to then get the limit as x goes towards 1. When you multiply conjugates, what happens? The first term is squared. So if we square the first term, that means the square root will go, okay, and will only remain with 10x minus 9, okay, and this 10x minus 9 will be minus 1, okay. Then it will be 10x minus 9, right? First you square the first thing, then you square the last thing, but you should put a negative between them, okay. Then you square that last number. Either we square 1 or minus 1, whatever. If we square it, we'll still get a 1, okay. We had put the negative first, then we square, and square always gives you a positive answer, so it should end up being a minus 1. And it's now all over. Here we just bring it as it is, okay. We don't just expand denominators. This is x minus 1 multiplying the square root of 10x minus 9 plus 1, okay. These two are multiplying each other. So what are we going to have? We end up having the limit as x goes towards 1 of 10x minus 9 minus 1 becomes 10x minus 10 all over x minus 1 multiplying the square root of 10x minus 9 then plus 1, okay. Now we are still going to have a 0 here. Can you see that? And here we still can't substitute because we have an enemy of progress, which is this x minus 1. But guess what, buddy? We are about to catch. We look at this. Remember, don't just expand the denominator. Leave it like that. Denominators, you don't run to change them. But the top, you got to do what we've done. So now, look here. And that's a tip for maths. Whenever you do whatever maths as you keep going, remember that don't just rush to expand denominators. Try to leave them in this form and see if you can still work with them like that. And then if there now is a need to expand, you can. Look here, is the limit now as x goes towards 1. What can I change on the top here? I can see that there's a 10 which is common, so I can bring 10 out. It becomes x only remains minus 10 into 10, 1. And this is all over. Look at this, x minus 1, which is multiplying the square root of 10x minus 9. And this is plus 1, okay. Now since this is multiplying, we are allowed to cancel, okay. So this x minus 1 into x minus 1, it's 1, into here it's 1, so they will cancel. So we end up having the limit as x goes towards 1 of the top is now just a 10, and it is over the square root of 10x minus 9 then plus 1, okay. And now since we are approaching 1, we can substitute now, ladies and gentlemen. We can. So it's going to be 10 all over the square root of 10 by 1 minus 9 and plus 1. This is just going to be now 10 over 10 times 1 is 10 minus 9 is 1. So it's the square root of 1 plus 1, which is going to be equal to 10 over 1 plus 1, which is just going to be equal to 10 over 2. And this just leads to a final solution of 5. And we would be done. This is going to be the final solution for part E. Now we'll meet in the next video where we work with part F. How beautiful was this? It was fun, right? Yes, limits are not that hard. Let's keep going. Let's do part F now.